What should you never do in the United States? Try and bribe a police officer. Not just bribery. Apparently in some countries, if you get a ticket for something, you can actually pay the fine to the police officer on the spot. NFL kicker and Raiders legend Sebastian Janikowski was arrested and almost deported back to Poland for trying to bribe a police officer, until he convinced the court that he just thought that's how it legitimately works. Get out of the vehicle during a traffic stop. I did not know this. Here in Australia, we are perfectly okay to get out of the vehicle unless the cop says otherwise. Cut in line. I have been in countries, example, Spain, where lines queues are more of a vague suggestion of who goes first. This is not true if you cut in line in the US. Cutting in line in the US can literally lead to violence. If a cop pulls you over, don't get out of the car. Place your hands on the wheel and wait, they will come to you. Also, turn the vehicle's ignition off, remove your sunglasses, turn off the radio, roll down your windows, particularly if they are tinted, turn on the interior lights at night, and don't reach for anything in the vehicle without being asked to do so, and even then announcing your intentions. My rental paperwork, yes, it's in the center console. My parents told me this. First time I got pulled over, I did it, and the cop said something like, "Gee, you must get pulled over a lot, huh?" Don't talk to your wife about trying New York pizza in Arabic on a plane to New York. Why not? I heard New York pizza is the bomb. I would give it a 9 of 11. Cunt is considered a very vulgar word here that would be highly inappropriate to say casually. Don't try to cheat the IRS. They will fuck your life into oblivion. There are 3 things all wise men fear: the sea in a storm, a night with no moon, and a jilted IRS. The IRS did what the FBI and no other agencies ever could: put Al Capone in prison and overthrow FIFA's leadership. To this day, I am convinced that if Osama bin Laden tried to cheat the feds with Texas, they would have found and captured him within a month after their accountants verified the money trail. Say the N-word. I was overseas and a guy in a bar asked if people in the US disliked black people, but he did not say black people. I suggested that he not say that word in the future. Engage with someone acting like a crazy person on the road. They might shoot you. This is not exaggerated. I live in a really safe area, and we have had a few horrible road rage shooting cases over the past few years. Think that you can pee in an empty alley on your way home from the bars. A surprisingly large percentage of my European acquaintances have had a great experience of spending a few hours early morning hours in the drunk tank in various American cities, because it's really not that big of deal in most of Europe. I would add that it's illegal to consume alcohol in most public spaces, sidewalks, parks, in much of the US. Exceptions: New Orleans, beer, wine in Denver parks. Public spitting isn't usually well received. The average American does not usually enjoy talking politics in their frequented public spaces. Assume public transport is timely. Light up a cigarette without knowing local laws to the space. Don't base your entire opinion and generalization of the country just from one part or particular region. Cultures, values, and people are so different all over the US. Yeah, LA is just a wee bit different than Alabama. Don't ever get a payday loan. Blackface. I know this seems obvious, but it's often much less offensive in a lot of other countries, but absolutely do not do it here. You can look up the history of slavery, minstrel shows, and the banjo if you are wondering why. Don't illegally use a disabled person parking spot or pass a school bus with its stop sign out. Why do people pass school buses with the sign out? Like it's not a suggestion, you have to stop. It's clearly marked and everyone should know by the time they are driving age that you don't pass the bus. Walk onto someone's property without permission or knowing the owner. It's cool in many places around the world to be able to go wandering through the countryside. It is not cool in the US. You might end up getting arrested, held at gunpoint, or shot at if you are really unlucky. Get injured, sick without insurance. You are honestly better off just dying. The worst thing is you can't even choose just dying. If something happens and emergency is called, they will take you to the hospital against your conscious consent and charge you. That would really piss me off. If something happens and someone decides to save me, don't charge me for it. A former coworker has a seizure disorder. He made it clear to us that we are not to call an ambulance for a seizure. He even wears a medic alert bracelet to that effect. His credit is permanently ruined because well-meaning people called the ambulance. He goes to the ER where they can't do anything for him but bill him. He will never own his own house because he is on the hook for services he specifically asked not to be rendered. Single-payer debate aside, it's fucking bullshit that he has to pay for that and be locked out of anything credit-related for life. Not tip at sit-down restaurant. At it, you guys can be mad at it all you want. It's still a big cultural faux pas in the US. Say hi Jack to your friend Jack in the airport or airplane. My son Jack thinks he is hilarious saying hi Jack to himself in airports. Our last flight had Angry Birds on the seat. Bavk entertainment. Mum, look at the bomb explode. The bomb, mum. When a policeman asks you for your documents, flirt with him and tell him, try to take it away. I tried it, then I lay in handcuffs and without documents. Visit Ohio. Trust me, I am from Ohio and you don't want to come here. Don't break into anyone's house. Fastest way to get shot in the face. Well, that's ruined my plans for a United States burglary spree next year. Go to Florida for the beaches and forget about the wildlife. Black bears, gators, panthers, hogs, etc. You can just ask any random Florida man to see his pet alligator. We typically keep them handy for such an occasion. Walk late at night down Martin Luther King Boulevard in any big city. I don't get it. Are MLK streets badly located? Martin Luther King, Jr. was a very famous civil rights leader, specifically on behalf of Black Americans, so the name gets assigned to streets in what are traditionally black communities of a city. Black people in the US have a long history of being marginalized, and have a significant gap in generational wealth compared to white people, the majority, and were often sort of confined to these areas by racist banking practices and low-income housing projects. These poor and marginalized neighborhoods, as a result, have higher illegal drug use and thus higher gang activity and violent crime. So, there is a correlation between streets named Mulk and violent crime. Break into a house. American household gun ownership is 40%. Assuming even half of those would use the gun against a home invasion, that's 20%. 1 in 5 is your odds of being shot at breaking into someone's home in the US. The odds of being shot at playing Russian roulette are 1 in 6. You literally have lower odds of being shot at by playing Russian roulette than breaking into an American home. Friend of mine died that way. He was not really breaking into the house, it was just common to do garage hopping. Go into the open garage of someone, get to their beer, take to get drunk in the skate park. We were exchange students from Germany and the guy where he did it had incidents like that happen before, set up a baby phone in his garage and blindly fired his shotgun into there. He got sentenced for murder because he knew they were just taking beer. Don't underestimate the size of the US. Apparently some people think it can take only a couple hours to go to locations states away. I am in Texas and someone from Europe wanted to visit me and have me drive them to LA while they are here for a day. Talk openly about politics. I hate this take. You are supposed to openly talk politics. It's your civic duty, marketplace of ideas and all that. Some Nazi starts yelling at you, good, now we all know who he is. Grandma finger shaking at you, defend your ideas, consider her wisdom, challenge the crazy backwards ideas, disagree like adults, make them explain them. So many have forgotten how to democracy. Talk to other men or boys while in the man's bathroom. Man's bathroom is a no socializing zone. No talking, no eye contact, and always use the farthest available stall from any stall already in use. From my experience, trust any colleagues. My US colleagues live in an echo chamber and give false praise and support to people and ideas constantly. Maybe it's the at-will contracts that they have. No job security left me with real trust issues. Yeah, I learned the hard way that work friends are not really friends, and anybody who has any authority over you, HR, your boss, managers, etc., is not your friend or your advocate, and you should absolutely mind your PS and QS around them, because they will throw you under the bus immediately if it ever becomes you or them. Trust no bitch, look out for yourself. It's also because compliance is far more often rewarded than ingenuity. The ones who get promoted are not the best in their fields, they are usually the ones who are the best at following the rules as management sees them. As management sees them being the key part, it's not just about following the rules to the letter. There is no more ultimate sign of this than fucking over your co-workers, especially when it saves the company money to do so. Yes, talent can be rewarded if you are exceptionally talented, or if circumstances line up that way, but generally your loyalty to management holds significantly more sway than how good at your job you are. Basically, the lack of job security is what leads to the backstabby tendencies, and modern management in the US exacerbates the behavior. Thanks for watching. Share your story in the comment.